You got challenges that you're going to run across.
All right. So welcome to another episode of the Elite Psyche Mental Toughness Mindset Pod. Mental Toughness Mindset Pod. But the Elite Psyche. And the reason we call it Elite Psyche because we know that most successful people have that kind of elite psyche, that overall characteristic of, I know I can win, the overall characteristic of I have high self-esteem, the overall characteristics of, just being a person that believes in themselves in everything that they do. So these are the people that we bring on board with us, and we interview them and talk to them and just kind of have conversations with them. And we do that on a regular basis. So if you are checking this out for the first time, please subscribe and like and do all that stuff that you do. Hit that little bell, because that's the all button. And then that means every time we put out any kind of content, you'll get notified of that. So please do that. All right. So without further ado, I want to introduce our speaker today. And her name is Miss LaWanna Russell. Has more than 20 years of executive leadership, government contracting, and consulting with particular expertise in human resource management, human resource technology, and process improvement. She is a sought-after speaker on topics such as future of work, leadership, diversity, and inclusion, and also entrepreneurship and women in government contracting. She's a visionary who started her business in 2006 with a personal investment of just $500. Just $500. Today, BMA is an award-winning multi-million-dollar business listed on the Inc. 500 list of America's fastest-growing companies 3 years in a row. Ms. Russell holds a BA in Communication Studies from Virginia Tech, accelerated MBA with concentrations in international business and finance with George Washington University, and a Six Sigma Green Belt certification. She's a chair of small business, majority board of directors, a member of Alexandria Chambers of Commerce, board of directors, member of the George Washington School of Business Advisory Board, member of the Professional Services Council Board of Directors. Man, immediate past chair of the Alexandria Commission of Employment and incoming board member of the Cabinet Center and the incoming DC Leadership Council co-chair for Vital Voices, a member of Women's Impacting Public Policies. Wow. Leadership Advisory Council, member of the Intuit Small Business QuickBooks Council, and alumna of Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business Program. Man, this is Miss LaWanna Russell, and glad to have her on the show. So we'll watch a few more of her beautiful pictures, and then we'll bring Miss Russell up from the green room. Wow. It's an honor. All right. You there?
I am. Good afternoon. How are you?
Wow. As I was reading all the accomplishments here, and I see that you started your business with just $500, I think about Mr. Donald Trump. And back in the day when I read his book, this was before he started running. This is when he was different Trump. Everybody kind of liked him, I guess.
When he was a human.
Yes, exactly. So he said in his book, he said, people think I had a silver spoon in my mouth.
I started off in Brooklyn. My father gave me a small loan of $1 million. My father gave me a small loan of $1 million.
That's all I got.
It's not been easy for me. It has not been easy for me. And
so I had a few less zeros.
all my life, I was told no.
That's it.
Well,
by the way, let's just put this in perspective. You said it hasn't been easy for you, but my dad gave me $1 million loan.
Did.
That probably is going to seem
You're
pretty
right.
easy to a lot of
You're
people.
right.
Well, I tell you what, you took 500 and as they say, turn this mother out. You did it.
Thank you.
Wow, you did it. And it's an honor having you here. Really, I'm excited about to look at all your accomplishments. I know one of the things you just spoke to me about, that you will be doing the graduation for George Washington University.
Yes, just for the School of Business undergrad So there's the overall university, and then each school has a commencement, and I'll be doing the undergrad commencement for the school.
And when is that?
So it's the grad school versus undergrad. So all of the,
No, I'm thinking of the date.
Oh, when? I'm sorry. It is May 18th.
I might pop up and hide in the back there. See what's going on.
You look a little over a senior in college, but we'll see. We'll see.
I'll be hiding in the back. Hiding way in the back. So, let's jump right into this. I got so many questions I want to ask you about leadership and about entrepreneurship, but I first want to know about your business in general and what you're doing. So that you took that $500 and you started your business. Now, tell me a little bit about that. How did you start and what made you do that?
So I think right now people talk a lot about the gigpreneur and folks just kind of going out there and having a little gig on the side and doing something on the side. I have been that person for most of my life. I didn't think I knew it back then. I think it was in my 20s when I kind of realized, I'm really an entrepreneur. I really see things differently. I want to do things differently. And I just started thinking about how that would happen. As it turns out, after undergrad, I was working for a couple of associations. So I did 2 years. And then at one of those associations, one of the graphic designers said, I really hate doing the business part. I just want to design. And so I started helping her do the business part, looked up, and I had 4 or 5 other graphic designers that I was helping doing the business part while they could just go in and design. And then fast forward, that turned into doing some international business. I met up with a group that was doing international business conferences, taking a group of business owners from the US to the Caribbean, good place to go, and back, right? So we're doing that for a while, and that turned into me kind of spreading off on my own and doing that for a minute. And then I went to George Washington University to get my degree in international business and finance. And then after that, somehow started learning government contracts. I think it was more of after getting that MBA, realizing that I needed to work again, get some money and build up a stash. And then I worked again for another maybe 4 years under others and learned government contracting, which was a very quick time to learn government contracting, I will admit myself. And one day I just went to my employer at the time and I said, I've got good news and I've got bad news. I said, the bad news is...
Make sure that you like and subscribe and hit the all button and all that kind of stuff, because we're going to have a lot of good interviews on this podcast.